Welcome friends to another video. In this video I'll show you how to use UNIX commands. There is an operating system called UNIX, so you can command that operating system so that it can talk to the hardware and do your stuff whatever you command. Okay, I'm not going to discuss about the architecture. Let's directly go to the command prompt. We'll type with, after you prompt with login command. Once you login, give your password, you can come to the terminal, or either you can use put here something. Okay, let's go to the type something like date. It will show you current date. If you're interested in like calendar, you can just type calendar, so it will show you the current month and current year. If you're interested only for year, then you can use calendar 2021, then the whole year you can get it. If you want to go back to Jan, like let's suppose you want to see the Jan's calendar, you can use calendar 012021, like the month, index and the year number. Okay, I will show you some strange year. That strange year is called 1752. Something happened in September in that month. Let's directly go to zoom into the September month. I'll see what happened. Calendar 09/7/1752. I think it's pretty interesting. I think something is missing. As you can see, 1 2 and then directly 14, so it's like 11 days are missing. Okay, do you know the why it is like that? I think they try to merge two calendars like Julian or some August, something like that. While merging it, the 11 days got missing. Okay, let's get to who am I. I am the user. If somebody is asked who am I am the user, and who else are logged into that UNIX terminals, like these are the username, terminals, and what date and from where it they have logged in. Okay, now we have learned a few commands. Let's directly go to the ls. We'll list the files or directories at a current. If you type something like ls, it will list you all the files or directories. Directory means in the sense folders in that location. If you want to see more details, you can see ls-l. The first section will show you the user permission, and that one is the memory block. Second one, third one is the username, fourth one is the user group, and the fifth one is the size in bytes, and last but one is the date and timing, and last one is the file name or directory name. There you go. Let's suppose you want to search something like with a .txt file. You don't know the names. You can just type something like star.txt. So anything ends with txt will list it. Something like ends with python also, we can try that. ls-l does with python. Okay, how to get the hidden files? I think UNIX is pretty good in hiding some of the files. You can also see that ls-la, a means all file. Even if hidden in the sense, you will it will list you the hidden files starting with dot. You can give something like dot my file or dot my secret, like that. So there are something like another dot or dot, that is like current directory. Dot means the parent directory, that we can also see while using the cd command. Cd means change directory. Okay, now what else is there? We have learned let's sort it. Whatever the files, let's sort it based upon time. Time means -lt. So the latest file is on the top and the older files in the bottom. So if you want to reverse that, you can use R, so that you will get the latest file towards the bottom. Whatever you are typing, you will get over there only. Okay, let's clear the screen and we'll try something like what else we can try. What else? ls-, let me just list out the directories so that I can think. Okay, let's try to create some of the new files, like by using touch command. If you touch it, it will create a new file. So okay, I have created touch my file.txt, as you can see. So it is a blank file. Let's try to add it by using vi command. Vi, then insert mode, I, press I. Vi will be covering in the next video, not now, because vi is completely different. So I add some line, first line, second line, my second line, my third line, this is the last line, like that sort of thing. Then save it. Once you save it, we'll see how to read the file also. Let's suppose I have created it. WQ, save and exit. Okay, this is my file. I have saved perfectly saved it. Now let's see, by using same ls-ltr, this is my last file. 58 byte has been written into that file. If you cat it, you can read it without opening the file in edit mode. Right now, yes, you can see. Now you can see all the lines. Let's see, try to count what are the number of words inside the file. There is a command called something like wc word count. So how does it how do you read it? Like the 4 is the number of lines, 13 is the number of words, 58 the number of characters or number of bytes, and the last one is the file name. By using WL and some other options, if you are interested something like only in number of lines, then you can use something like W-L. It will give you 4, then file name. If you are interested in number of words, then you can pass something like W. If you are interested in 58, that is the number of character, either you can use -c or -m, that will give you 58 and the file name. So depending on the requirement, you can use those options. Okay, so now we have learned what is WC. What next we can, let's try to learn something. This is my file, so let's try to do something like copy. I have created a file. I want to copy it to next file, something like new file.txt. The same content will be copied to the new file. Let's try that. Yes, if you cat also, you will get the same content. What else? Yeah, we can try something like move. Let's try to move it completely, like the whole content will be move to the another file. Move the new file. This is my new file. I'll try to move something like recent file. Move mb. There is a command called mb move new file, and then something like other file called recent file.txt. Any other sort of name that you can try. And if you try to cat the new file.txt, it won't be there because you have already moved to a new file. It's like move, not copy paste. Let's try to cat the recent file.txt. Cat recent file.txt. Okay, there you go. The same content that we. Now what else is there? Can you about something like history? Okay, if you type history, so you can see what are the previous commands that we have tried and with their numbers, history numbers. If you are interested only that number, then use bank that number, then it will directly execute that command. The command is wc-m my command. It will be executed. No need to type it again. Any number you can give bank, then 278. Then we can also do that. In order to use the previous command, just recent command, you can use something like bang, not bang dollar. Bang dollar is the argument you are passing to the last command. Only remember, you need to use bang, not bang dollar. Bang dollar means cat bang dollar. Bang dollar, I had used it something like recent file, so you can use that as a, instead of typing, you can use something like cat bang dollar. Okay, cat vi or whatever you can interested, you can do that. Okay, now what else? So we have created so many files. Okay, how to delete it? We have created. Let's try to delete. Is there something like delete? No, there is a command called rm. There is a blank file. Let's try to get rid of it. Like rm, then file.txt. Once you try to remove, you use the remove command. You'll try for your permission. Whether you want to remove it, yes. We need to press y means yes. Okay, let's create a couple of more junk files. By using touch command, you can create multiple files also. Touch test1, test the junk, test2, 3 the junk, multiple files you can create. This will create a blank files. So I have created just for removing purposes. How to remove multiple files at a single go? we can do something like remove all junk files. You'll do that? No, it's not Alexa. So we need to type some command with some expression rm. Okay, let's try to list out what are the things that you want to delete. ls start.junk file. Okay, I have got 2 files. What I want to do, remove start.send junk file. I have replaced ls with rm so that it will remove those 2 files, but problem is that it is again asking for yy, but I cannot do that. Let's suppose I want to delete 1000 files, I cannot press y 1000 times, no. So for that there is a command something like rm-rf. It completely means forcibly delete. You don't ask for your permission. Okay, there we go. It's pretty easy to remove so many files at a single go. So I have created a couple of junk files and removed it by using rm-rf. Okay, let's try to echo. Echo means it's try to say something to you. If you type something like echo hello world, it will again print that thing on the screen, because the current display is screen, so it will try to display it here. Echo something. If you want to echo some other default variable, something like $pwd. pwd means in the sense the present working directory, so you need to type echo $pwd, or you can use the pwd command. But in order to use that pwd command, you can use the echo backtick pwd and backtick. So inside that it will execute whatever the pwd and then try to echo that value. So you can use anything that sort of in the backtick if you want to execute something. So that we will cover in the next couple of videos. Okay, there are a couple of other default variables that I am not going through that. So echo home, echo display, capital display is what is the host name and what is the terminal number that you are using. Echo shell. So we have a couple of more shells like C shell, bash, cache, like that. So currently it is C shell. So let's suppose you want to use set a variable like set my variable name, then equal, then some value. Then you can echo that using $my variable. Let's try to assign something like some value. So while doing that, if you try to echo my value, it will give returning only sum, because it is ignoring value because it has a space inside it. It is not honoring the space. So in order to honor the space, you need to quote those. So after equal, whatever is inside the quotation, that is the value. There we go. Echo $my value is showing some value. Okay, that now let's try to clear. Okay, what if you might have already noticed, I'm clearing the screen quite often. Either you can type clear, or you can press Control at the same time L. You can type clear, that is a command, it will clear the screen, or you can press, no need to type, press Control and L, not Control and L. Yeah, Control L, it will clear the screen frequently. So that I will be using quite often. If you see the screen is getting blank, let's say refresh, means I have pressed Control L. Okay, let's try to do ls again, because ls-ltr you will be using 90% of the time, because unless you see the directory you cannot decide what to do, right? So let's try to create couple of more directories. Directory in the sense it's a folder in Unix system, not in Windows system. It's a directory. Make dir new dir. If you do ls, then you can see that new directory has been created recently, very recently. You can do a cd, means change a directory, go inside that, and there is no file. Let's try to create one by using touch command, touch some file.txt. There you go. Let's try to make another directory inside the directory 1. Let's cd, go inside this directory. As you can see, my left hand side, you are seeing the new directory, the new directory 1. Then create another .txt file over there. There you go, pretty good. ls. Okay, another file. Now I am at tmp practice new directory. What to do? I have created, I need to go back. So I have came inside 2 directory labels. So I need to, either you can do cd dot dot, you can go one more parent label, or you can do cd dot multiple times, or you can do cd hyphen that also you can directly come back. Okay, now we have created few directories. Now we would like to delete those, because I have created, this is my file, I want to delete it. I'm done with those files, but you cannot simply remove those. rmdir cannot simply remove those directories unless they are empty. So first you need to go there, then remove the number of files it has. It's like very painful. Let's suppose I have 1,000 number of 100 number of directories, and inside that there are 1,000 number of files. I cannot go inside and do delete. So there is a simple command that we can try. Tell me, do you know that? Okay. There is a command something like rm hyphen rf that we have already tried with files. Directory is also a same thing, rm hyphen anything dot star, that I don't care, that is an entity for me, whether it's a file, directory, hidden file, I don't care. Hidden file you need to specifically mention dot star. Okay, now we have removed rm hyphen rf in your directory. Let's try to create multiple directories, sub-level directories at the same time in a single command, instead of going cd and then create, then cd and then create. No, by doing at my single place I can create something like directory hyphen p means parent directory. It will create the parent directory for you if it is not there. New directory, then you did 1, you did 11, you did 2, like that. Then you can directly go to cd, then tab. If you press tab multiple times, it will try to list you the files or directory if it has only one. Okay, let's we have already there in the last directory that we have created. Let's try to touch some of the files, something like touch some file.mpeg4 avi txt .csv, that sort of file. But the touch will only create blank files. It won't create video file or csv file for you. So these are ASCII files, that means txt file. Only the extension is confusing, so that's don't worry much about that. Okay, now we have come, that's you see cd hyphen. So I just came back to my original position, like 4 step up. That's the previous directory that I was working. Now I can come back, you can come back by using cd hyphen. Okay, cd means change directory, cd dot cd hyphen, that these three things you can remember. So now let's suppose we have created so many files. Let's try to find all those files by sitting on this working directory called tmp.practice. So there is a command called find. Either you can use find this directory path like tmp practice, and then use the name something like what are the files that you want to search, like anything ends with txt file, .txt, star.txt. You have also tried that in ls. Then hyphen type f means file. There you go. If you just type this command, it will find all the txt files inside the subdirectories wherever it is there. We have not defined any limit like the max depth, min depth, anything we have not decided. So you can also replace the path with dot means the current directory. So see the output difference, it is starting with ./t1.txt, like from here. This is the relative path. Starting from here, what are the files I have? The first one is the absolute path. Okay, so you can also give a max depth to. I am not interested in going down deeper. I am interested only going to directory and beneath. So there is a warning you can mark. So this thing something marked option should be after. Okay, let's swap those max depth to like towards the beginning, not and then. It doesn't like it, so it will try to remove that command towards the end, whatever is there in the end, so that the warning should go away. Okay, yeah, there you go. No, there is no much warning. Very good. You can also try something like these are the I have listed the files, but I don't know, I am dumb about the files. I don't have any details of the files, like when it is modified, what is the size, that sort of thing. What I can do, okay, this is like I have tried with max depth, and let's try to mkdir 5. I have all the listed files. Then you can use the command something like -exe ls-ltr, then 2 curly braces / semicolon. If you try that, it will do you the ls, all the txt files. You can also restrict that with min depth, like a minimum depth to 4 and max depth to 5. That means, let's see the surprise. Okay, like the last 2 level, like txt file I have created recently. Would you be interested to remove those files? How to do that? Just like we're doing rm ls, you can also use by rm-rf. So rm-rf will remove these 2 files that I have shown in the ls-ltr. There you go. Those files are gone. So now let's try to remove. Let's try with some other commands. So those 2 files have gone. I have removed the min depth master. I have only a couple of more txt files. What I'm going to do with that? Let's try to touch a few more files so that we can play around. Okay, touch. To have already used the touch command, we will reuse the touch command so that it will create the txt files. Once it is created, what we can do? Can you able to give me the latest file by using find command? Like which are the files that got modified recently, which are the files that modified 1 month back, so that I can catch it and delete those, because the old files I'm not interested. That would be pretty much yeah. Just like also there is another command called delete, -delete. Instead of using exe rm-rf, you can use -delete, so that it will also do the job for rm-rf, just like we have tried -delete. Okay, now let's try to touch the same file again. What we going to do? Okay, let me think. Okay, let's say we are talking about log file deletion. So I don't have any old files, so I'm thinking, okay, let's try to ls-touch some of the mpeg file, not mpeg file. Let's try to find out what are the mpeg file. Does it have any date? Are they old? No, I think I have created recently. Okay, yeah, recent, pretty recent. What I want to do is, I just wanted to see how to find out the old files by using find command. So I'm just trying to create some of the file, like I want to travel back in time to the past and modify the timestamp of the files. I will touch the file. Touch old file means it will create recently, like May 3rd, recently current time, but I want to change that to 1 month back. Can I do that? Yes, you can do that. This is very pretty interesting. You can cheat some of the actions, like yes, I have created this file 1 month back, or 2 months back, 1 year back, like that. Touch, there is a command. You need to give the timestamp. Okay, timestamp, is it the time format? I think YYMM, then HH for hour, then MM, then second, old file. Okay, no, there's a mistake. Touches, this is the file name. We need to pass the argument, or it has created something like 2021 and that file. That is wrong. Okay, we need to use what is called there is some other options that you need to pass, something like -t or -m. I'm not able to recall those. I think yes, -m is modify the file, like change the modification time of the file, and what is the time that you want to go, which time. It's like at that particular moment you want to time travel, -m and then -t. Okay, there you go. Then you give the timestamp and then old file. Okay, this is invalid format. I think the mm is missing, ss is missing, the second part. Yes. See, 0th April, I went back till April. So okay, now I have got a very old file. I want to delete those files. How to do that? By using file command. That means file command find the older files that is modified 7 days back, 7 days old file. I'm not interested, I want to delete that, because that is like most of the say, log rotation or log files, old file, junk files, tmp files, anything that you would like to delete, you can use it by using find command. Okay, that task is, if somebody asks you find 7 days old file and delete it for me, what you can do, there is a command something like find.name.start.txt that I am interested in, then modification timeline -m time +7. +7 means greater than 7 days, not recent file, older than 7 days file. Only I have one file, .old file, that we have created by using time travel machine like touch command. So now you got the file, you can delete it. So mark the difference, +7 and -7. +7 is older than, -7 is recent file, in between 1 month which is got modified. So now you have the file. If you see greater than 1 month also, yes, it is greater than 1 month old, 30 days. Okay, let's find out what is the other command. There is a man called manual. You can see the manual of find command. Find is pretty much interesting command. It's like there is a complete book on find. If you see everything by using a find command, not book, I think couple of more articles. Find is pretty much interesting. Okay, that we have tried delete, we have tried the type like file, type like d. We have also tried the exec delete, also -delete -exec we have tried. Then you can print it to the output and do some other stuff. There are so many other commands that you can try on. Otherwise I can make another video on find itself, only for find. It will take hours. Okay, now we have created the file. What were we looking for? We're looking for to we're interested in deleting those files. No, you can use that -my command. I can do -rf or -delete, it will delete it. Okay, now let's do so the size of the files. The size of the files, if you can human readable, then you need to pass -h, ls-ltr, then h. If you want to sort that by using size, then you can use capital S, ls-ltr, then h. If you want to remove in ascending order, you can remove the R option. R is for reverse order, reverse sort. Okay, now we have let's try to create what is there in the CSV file, cat.csv. I can see it. Okay, there is something like 1 2 3 4 5 cat CSV, but I think I can redirect those files to some other file like greater than arrow, greater than symbol, then that file, that will redirect whatever the file content, it will be redirect to the new file, the same content you will get it. Let's suppose you want to append it, not replace, append towards the end of the file. Whatever the content in the ts.csv, you can append that to by using double arrow. Okay, you cannot use single arrow if the file is already there. Single arrow means you need to create a fresh file. Double arrow means if the file is there, then you need to append that. Append towards the last line of the file. This is like redirecting. Anything you can do echo and redirect to file. You can use cat and redirect to the file. What else you can use? You can also do echo, that I was talking about. Echo something last line, then you can append to the new test file.csv. Let's cat that, it should be there. I'm using cat $cat because I no need to type it. Okay, remove the $. Okay, last line is there, pretty good. Now what else? We have covered cat, redirect, ls, find. Let's try to, what else? Echo. Okay, echo means it will wipe out everything. Echo nothing, $, nothing. Redirect means it will wipe out the file. Okay, now let's try to use something like find the files and read the content inside that. What is how to get that? You will find command -txt, type f. What is inside? Let's suppose you want to search a particular word called grep. You can use something like grep secret. That secret word you are interested in. So in the txt file, okay, there are secret files, secret words in the txt files. List them files. List the files. These are the files that contain secret word. Instead of typing that number of find a long command, you can use grep secret dot start, but it is not giving. See, there is a problem. Dot start also, it will try to search at a single location. There is no txt file at my location which contains secret. The grep command is not, you're not able to grep it. If you type start.txt also, it will try to search what is the next level file. But if it is there 100 level, you need to type 100 / start.start. You need to remember, right? There is a password called like something like grep password.star. Okay, there is a file that should be there in the current directory. So let's suppose you want to search what is there inside any of the directory labels. There is something like command called -r recursive search, recursive grep. So it will try to use recursively all the files and grep it. -l means list down the file names. If you remove that, it will list down the file name as well as the word that you are searching for, and along with the line. Let's suppose if you want to search multiple such what is called multiple. Okay, -i means ignore. Okay, I forgot to tell that. Ignore means ignore case, means capital letter or any such letter, it try to search it. Okay, now I was discussing about I want to search multiple such words, grep, secret and password. No, you cannot do that. This is not the Alexa command. You cannot type English like pretty speaking English. Grep, secret and password. Okay, there is a command called egrep. That means you can add some of your expressions, like inside the bracket you can add secret, then pipe and password -r-i star. Password is not there. I was interested in. Okay, I remember. Okay, I mark it. I made the typo password. Okay, if you do that, you will get both secret and well password, because I've given I means you will get the capital letter also. That means you have learned pretty much about grep and egrep. We can recursively search some of the files. We can use -i for ignoring case, -l for listing the files only if you're interested, right? So like grep and egrep is also pretty much important for searching the text across so many files. Wherever the directory it is, I can able to find it. I can able to grep it recursively. I like 40% of my support work or my UNIX command work has been done by use of grep and find. Now let's see, try to use a command called, okay, let's try to cat what are the content inside the tx.csv. I have a couple of commands, but you can see there is something like I want to sort it. There is a command something like sort, but there are a couple of duplicates. You want to sort, okay, -sort -r means the recursive sort to reverse the sort order. But if you're interested in something like unique values, I am not interested 4 twice or 2 twice. I am interested only unique values. You can use something like -u. You give you only unique values. There are other options also unique. That is very also important. Okay. Now we have learned how to sort it. You can also there is a sort command. There you can also use the sort command. Okay, let's try to cat it. Then you can use cat and sort. Both are giving the same thing, but it's sort is sorting. But if you want to use cat and sort, then you can use cat, pipe and sort. Sort, we are not passing any parameter to that. Pipe, I think we need to discuss a little bit more, not here. So that means whatever the output of cat, you are redirecting to the next command, and sort is taking the output from cat. Instead of reading sort ts.csv, you can reading sort from the input, like from the left hand side is passing. It's like pipe, the water is flowing inside a pipe, I am taking it, grep is taking it. So see, so we have already seen redirection pipe. We have filtered only grep1, then redirect to a new file called text.txt. If you want to filter some of the file and store it in another file, test.txt.1, any name you can give. So there you go. You want to, okay, t, there is a t also command. Just like pipe is only 1, a t is like 2. You can redirect the output to 2 such either you can file or the screen. Okay, we'll use t. Okay, redirect append means I will append that to filtration, the 2 lines to the file. It will append like 1 or 2, but I was talking about t. So after this command, if you type t append end hyphen a ms append, then is the file. That means it will try to, whatever the output, it will try to print on the screen, as well as it will try to redirect to the file. So t command, that is pretty much not required at the moment, so you can ignore that t command. I think whenever required, then you can little bit of explore the t command. Right now I am not covering that. Okay. Pipe and t. So let's focus. I think we have learned how to use pipe and got an idea. There is also a command called t. It looks like t, capital T. Okay, manual. If I'm interested anything, like if you want to know, there is a okay. What is the command that I can search? Something like ps. Ps means a process. Part of the process. Let's go to the manual of the process. Man, if you type man, we have already seen for find. Man for ps means process. There are so many other options that you can go through. Hyphen AF means all the processes that is running on the terminal on this machine. Then you can type grep, which if you're interested only in Java, then you can type Java. It will give you the commands. If you are interested, try to filter down like on my name. Okay, I'm getting only 2 jobs. Okay, this is like I got 2 records. Then I can the first one is like the username, that one is the parent ID, another child ID, like parent ID. Okay, the first one is the child ID, the next one is the parent ID, the one which terminal, memory block, timing, when it started, and the last one is the commands. Okay, let's, if we are interested in getting what all the fields, if you want to cut it, there is also command called cut. You can cut it. Hyphen d means the delimiter. Hyphen f1 or 1 means is like the first field. If you type 1 or 2, it is giving space, because 3 it is not giving, because it is I have given the delimiter space. I am confusing it right now with cut command. Okay, there is also a awk command. Have I covered that command? No. Fail. Cut is very difficult, so we'll try with awk. Then if you're interested only any number of the field, like print $2 means the child, the current process ID, not the parent. $1 is the user ID. If you're interested $4 or any sort of thing. If you are interested in $NF means the last field. And there is another command, something like, if you know, let's suppose you know the process ID and you want to know what are the details in that process, if there is a process tree command, hyphen gap. So if you give the process ID, it will try to list down the parent inside the child, and inside the child, if you have any children, till that. So it will try out the tree of the process tree, like the PS tree means the tree of processes that is running. You need to find out You need to kill accordingly. You need to kill the child first and then parent, parents parent, like that. You need to go up, top down, bottom up. You need to kill if you want to kill any of the process. Okay, if you have a PS3 of any other process, that means yes, it will try to print out the tree. I think we'll cover awk and cot command. That is also pretty much interesting when if you want to filter some of the files, that will cover in next video. So there is a command called kill if you want to kill the process. I'm not going to do that because something is running. So kill -9, it will try to kill it. Kill also will be very much essential. Let's suppose you have file triggered some command, the process is running, you want to get rid of that command, you can use kill. Okay, there is another nice command called top command that will give you when the machine is started and what is the machine load average, whether it is overloaded or not, how many number of tasks it is running, how many are sleeping, how many stopped, how many zombie process. That means the parent is gone, only their children are there, 2 zombie processes. The CPU is like where the percentage of utilization, like multiple CPUs I have, so it is showing multiple values, system ID, weight, that sort of that. We're not going to cover that. What is the memory, total memory use, free, buffer, cache, swap memory, everything will get there. Okay, there are so many processes that is listed of all the users, and the top are listed here, like whichever is taking a maximum number of CPUs, that are listed here. So if you are interested only on a particular specific user, then okay, if you type C command, that is magic. That means the command will be completely seen instead of only command with the complete along with the argument. If you are interested in only user, you can type EU, then type any user. It will try to filter that on the fly here. And what you can do, I think you can also pass something like top -u, the username. It will try to filter it for you instead of going there typing the username. Okay, there is a watch command that you can not watch. Let's try to use something like ping. I think you might have already seen ping, the host name, or some of the IP address or your web address that you can try to ping. It will try to go there and ping back. Once you see the success 8 received packets, 0 loss, that means that host name is working fine. Host name is current host name is, that is my host name. There is another command, something like also finger, that okay, that is not enabled for everybody, so let's try to ignore that. Not try to poke it or finger it, use the wrong finger here. Okay, now what else is there? Now I think we are almost about to finish most of the commands. Let's try to use date command a little bit. Not telnet host name, you need to give telnet and port, not required right now. Date. Okay, date is pretty interesting. If you are not interested in the date it looks like, you can change the date format like YYMMDD or YYDDMM, or the first thing you need to type the timestamp and then year. That sort of you can play around. Okay, this is the manual that you can see. -H, capital H, hour, J of the day, means so many other commands that you can try. Let's try that. This is pretty much interesting. That will be required quite often. Date, then you can give plus sign inside single quote. You need to percentile. Y means it will give you the current year. If you're interested, then percentile M. Percentile M means month. Percentile D, day. There you go. Then give a space. I'm trying to put YYMMDD HH and that sort of thing. Okay, I'm about to finish, but there is another interesting command called watch. It will watch for you any command that you can pass. Okay, YYMMHS6. Okay, there you go. This is the timestamp you want. You can reshuffle the commands. If you want to what is called watch, then you need to put everything the command inside the quote. It will try to print the command every 2 seconds for you. There you go. Watches, you can configure the time gap of currently it is refreshing 2 seconds. You can also increase the frequency to 1 5 second or like that sort of thing. Okay, thanks guys. I think I have covered so much commands. Stay tuned for upcoming such Linux commands. Thank you.